Botswana, a landlocked country located in southern Africa, is often celebrated as one of the continent's most successful nations in terms of governance, economic stability, and social progress. Officially known as the Republic of Botswana, it shares borders with South Africa to the south and southeast, Namibia to the west and north, Zimbabwe to the northeast, and Zambia at a single point in the far north. Since gaining independence from British colonial rule in 1966, Botswana has demonstrated remarkable political stability, prudent economic management, and a commitment to democratic governance. This video explores Botswana's geography, history, political system, economy, social development, and contemporary challenges, offering insight into why it is frequently described as an African success story. Geography and environment. Botswana spans approximately 582,000 square kilometers, making it about the size of France. The country's terrain is dominated by the Kalahari Desert, which covers roughly 70% of its land area. Despite the arid conditions, Botswana is home to some of Africa's most spectacular natural landscapes, including the Okavango Delta, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The delta, formed by the Okavango River, is a vast inland wetland that supports an extraordinary diversity of wildlife. Other important geographical features include the Makgadikgadi Ponds, one of the world's largest salt flats, and the Chobe River, renowned for its dense population of elephants. Botswana's climate is semi-arid, characterized by hot summers and mild winters. Rainfall is low and highly variable, which poses challenges for agriculture and water supply. Nevertheless, the government has invested heavily in water management and environmental conservation, recognizing the importance of sustainable natural resource use in maintaining ecological balance and supporting tourism. Historical background. Prior to colonial rule, the territory that is now Botswana was inhabited by various ethnic groups, most notably the Tswana people. The Tswana established powerful chiefdoms, or marafe, organized around kinship and community structures. European contact began in the 19th century with missionaries and traders arriving from the Cape Colony. The region became a British protectorate in 1885 known as Bechuanaland, primarily to prevent expansion by neighboring powers such as Germany and the Boers of Africa. During the colonial period, Bechuanaland remained largely neglected by the British, who administered it with minimal investment in infrastructure or education. Despite these challenges, local leaders such as Seretse Khama played key roles in advocating for self-governance and national unity. When Botswana achieved independence on September 30th, 1966, it was one of the poorest countries in the world, with only a few kilometers of paved road and predominantly agrarian economy. However, the discovery of diamonds shortly after independence transformed the country's economic prospects. Political system and governance. Botswana is a parliamentary republic with a strong tradition of democracy. The president serves as both the head of state and government and is elected by the National Assembly following general elections held every 5 years. Since independence, Botswana has maintained an unbroken record of multi-party democratic elections, an achievement that distinguishes it from many of its regional neighbors. The country's founding president, Sir Seretse Khama, established a political culture based on consensus, accountability, and respect for the rule of law. His successors, including Ketemele Musair, Festus Mogae, Ian Khama, Mogwetsi Masisi, and others have largely upheld these principles. Botswana's judiciary is independent and corruption levels are relatively low by global standards. Institutions such as the Directorate on Corruption and Economic Crime help preserve government transparency. Traditional leadership also continues to play an important role. The Kagatla system, a traditional assembly where citizens discuss community matters, remains an integral part of local governance and civic participation. This blend of modern democratic structures with indigenous institutions has contributed to Botswana's stable political environment. Economic development. Botswana's economic transformation is one of the most remarkable in Africa. At independence, its per capita income was among the lowest globally. However, the discovery of diamonds in 1967 and the establishment of a successful partnership between the government and De Beers through the Botswana Diamond Company propelled the country to middle-income status within a few decades. Diamond mining remains the backbone of Botswana's economy, accounting for 1/3 of the GDP and the majority of export earnings. The government has used diamond revenues prudently, investing in education, healthcare, infrastructure, and social welfare. It has also maintained substantial foreign exchange reserves and avoided the resource curse that plagued many other resource-rich nations. In recent years, Botswana has sought to diversify its economy to reduce dependence on diamonds. Sectors such as tourism, financial services, and agriculture are being promoted as alternative sources of growth. The tourism industry, in particular, has thrived due to Botswana's commitment to high-value, low-impact ecotourism. The Okavango Delta, Chobe National Park, and the Central Kalahari Game Reserve attract visitors from around the world, generating income and employment opportunities. Social development and education. Botswana's government has prioritized human development as a cornerstone of national progress. Education is free and compulsory up to a certain level, resulting in high literacy rates compared to other African countries. The University of Botswana, founded in 1982, has become a leading institution of higher learning in the region. Additionally, the government has expanded vocational training and technical education to meet the demands of a growing economy. Healthcare has also seen significant improvements. After the HIV/AIDS epidemic severely affected the population in the 1990s and early 2000s, Botswana became one of the first countries in Africa to provide free antiretroviral treatment to all of its citizens. This decisive response helped reduce the infection rates and increase life expectancy. The government continues to invest in public health infrastructure, maternal care, and disease prevention. Gender equality has also advanced, with women increasingly participating in education, business, and politics. However, challenges remain in achieving full gender parity in leadership positions and addressing gender-based violence. Culture and society. Botswana's culture reflects a rich blend of traditional and modern influences. The majority of the population belongs to the Tswana ethnic group, but there are significant minorities including the Kalanga, San, and the Bakalagadi. Traditional music, dance, and storytelling remain central to community life, often accompanied by instruments such as the sagaba, a single-stringed violin, and drums. Setswana and English are the official languages, with Setswana widely spoken across the country. The national motto, Pula, meaning rain in Setswana, symbolizes life and prosperity in a nation where rainfall is scarce and precious. Religion in Botswana is predominantly Christian, though traditional beliefs persist, especially in rural areas. Social cohesion and respect for cultural heritage are deeply embedded in the national identity, promoting unity and tolerance among diverse communities. Contemporary challenges and future prospects. Despite its many achievements, Botswana faces ongoing challenges. Economic diversification remains a pressing priority as diamond resources are finite. Youth unemployment and inequality are growing concerns, particularly as urbanization increases. Environmental pressures, including drought and climate change, threaten water security and agricultural productivity. Nevertheless, Botswana's sound governance and prudent economic management position it well to address these issues. Investments in technology, education, and green energy offer potential pathways for sustainable growth. Regional cooperation within organizations such as the Southern African Development Community also enhances Botswana's role in promoting peace and development in Southern Africa. Botswana's journey from one of the world's poorest countries to a model of stability and prosperity stands as an inspiring example of what effective leadership, democratic governance, and sound economic planning can achieve. With its strong institutions, rich natural resources, and commitment to human development, Botswana continues to embody the promise of an Africa rising through determination and good governance. While challenges persist, the nation's record of resilience and foresight suggests a bright and sustainable future.